This is so perfect because it happens all the time. When we have the information for a guy and how they're supposed to move, everything falls in place. So one of our newest remote guys just joined, talked about having a ton of back pain. We had him do a movement assessment. And not only from that movement assessment are we gonna be able to see and tell him, and we have, hey, here's how you're supposed to move, here's how your mechanics should look. And then now that he has that profile, he can go and execute, and it's gonna feel a lot better, incredible. It's gonna feel easy, effortless, and super strong and powerful. And we'll be able to get rid of his back pain. So as a guy who's hypermobile, meaning I'm really, really flexible and always have been, I was always told in the 90s and 2000s, you gotta stretch if you have back pain. What that did for me was actually inhibit my opportunity to be better, and more importantly, inhibit my opportunity to actually feel better. So I have dealt with, it started when I was 14 or 15. I'm 38, and if I am not active with it, my back pain will still shoot up. But now I know what to do. I didn't know that until probably my late 20s on what to do. And it was the instability in my joints, specifically in my hips, because I'm really, really flexible. And I needed to build up the stability and strength in my hips so that my low back didn't have to overcompensate and work really, really hard, which is what was happening. Because I didn't have a lot of stability in here. So my low back would try to tighten up and create stability in my hips, which then caused a ton of back pain all the time in my low back. It aggravated me most specifically like in the left side of my back. But now whenever we have a guy that has back pain, whenever we have a guy that has nerve issues, whenever we have a guy that's got arm issues, whenever we have a guy that has knee issues or joint issues, we know how to help them based on one, just kind of getting to know about their situation, but then two, their movement assessment and seeing how they move. And so we can profile them from a mechanics standpoint and from a movement standpoint to know like, oh, hey, you're super tight, so here's what you need to do to loosen that up, or you're super loose, and here's what we need to do to tighten that up and get you right. So now this new guy is gonna feel stronger, not feel pain. It's gonna allow his back to feel fresh, easy, explosive, and powerful, which means that he's gonna throw harder, which means that he's gonna throw harder longer without the back pain and fatigue and velo drops, which means that it's gonna feel more effortless. So his mind will feel more confident to do more of those things. So man, if you aren't getting a movement assessment to know how you're supposed to move, then you probably don't feel very strong, you probably don't feel effortless, and you probably have no idea how you're supposed to actually be pitching. I'm gonna tell you guys the single number one most important valuable thing that you will find anywhere on the internet is for free, and it's on my YouTube channel, and it's our anchor series. So there's five different videos, starting with your feet, then going to your knee, going to your stomach, your posture, your eyes. That is what you should be doing if you want to throw strikes and you want to be consistent, and you want to be consistent with your mechanics and everything you're doing. You need to be physically, visually, and mentally prepared to execute. If you're struggling to throw strikes and you don't try this out, you can try until the cows come home to fix your mechanics, to fix your strikes, and it's not going to consistently and reliably work. You might try to stay closed and throw a couple more strikes. You might try to stride longer, stride shorter, and throw a couple more strikes. You might try to get on top. All these things that we do not teach, and it might work for a pitch. But you know what? There's a lot of pitches in the game, and there's a lot that are strikes and a lot that are balls. And until you can reliably and consistently do something that has been tested and works, which is what we've done for years and it works, then the anchor concept and series is what you need to go to. You guys can go check that out. Just type my name and like anchor, like you should find it, or look somewhere on the page and do the anchor. Let me be the only person possibly that will ever tell you this, because a lot of people that I talk to say they've never heard this from a coach or an adult. Get pissed, get angry, get envious, get whatever you gotta get. And so often you hear from coaches and players and people and advice online, everything else, like control your emotions, don't be angry, don't be upset, don't lose your cool, all those things. But also that's a part of you, because if you have those emotions and that's authentically your emotion, it's you, it means it's a part of you. And then these guys, like these ones right here, these soft guys right there, if someone's telling you to be less of yourself and they're saying that's bad, then you're going to say, I need to not do that because coach is telling me I need to not be soft and I need to not do these. I need to keep my head on straight and be able to focus and not be so angry. It's like, how about this? How about you be yourself? And if you're the type of person that gets angry, then get angry. And, which is the important part, and do both. Get angry and make the adjustment. Get hyped up and excited and make the adjustment. It's the guys that can't do both, but oftentimes you're told just don't be authentic, don't be yourself, don't be a part of you, shut that emotional part of you aside, because maybe you're not a psycho where you just have no emotion at all times. Maybe you're up, maybe you're down, maybe you're pissed, whatever that is, but be that, do that, and then no one at the end of the day is going to be upset with you that you were angry and you shoved, that you were angry and you dominated, and that you were angry and out of your mind. They're going to be like, dude, he's just a little bit crazy and he's a dog. So don't shut that dog off. Be that dog and make the adjustments. And if you can't make the adjustments, well, then you got to work on the adjustments. You don't need to work on just trying to like control your anger. You got to be able to do both. So work on being much, much better and have a repeatable, proven process to do that. Find that, get those answers. Already talked to you today about those. Do those and be and do you.